The views and opinions expressed on this program are those of the participants and do not reflect the views of BronxNet or the program underwriters.
BronxNet. Your voice, your views, your vision.
Good morning, Bronxites, and welcome to another exciting edition of Open, the one and only show that opens the Bronx and the world to you. I'm your host, Rina Valentin, your café con leche. As always, here to bring you the best in arts, music, sports, entertainment, and so much more. First up, find out what fun and entertaining events are taking place in today's Open Weekend Preview. Plus, enjoy some fun and games at Del Mundo Sports in Yonkers. After, visit a multimedia art exhibit this weekend by a talented art goddess at Herald Square. And lastly, well, happy Father's Day! And today's guests include a director from a local news organization called City Limits, who'll tell us his story about how and why he relaunched this promising news site. Then Bobby C takes over with his sports roundup. And we actually have a little lip tip that's going to be taking place by my own and our open makeup artist, Agustina Crespo. And finally, we're going to close out today's show with a phenomenal performer, young hip-hop artist who is live in our open studios. So stay tuned. All that and more heading your way, because now we are officially open. Welcome once again to Open. Rina Valentin here, your café con leche, every Friday. And today is Friday, June 17th, 2011. As always, we're here to bring you the best in arts, culture, sports, and entertainment. And you know we are inviting you to send in any comments and or suggestions on any of the segments that you would either like to see aired or have previously aired. And well, you know, your voice matters to us, and all you got to do is send us an email to open@bronxnet.org. And of course, if you are watching us live right now at 10 a.m., all you have to do is give us a call at 718-960-7241. And guess what? We'll have a conversation with you live on air. All right, so we're going to jump right into our Open Weekend Preview to tell you what there is to do on this beautiful weekend. Up, Del Mundo Sports presents a Thursday night dart league for both men and women. The dart league is for all skill levels, where you can play and shoot some darts with friends, win prizes, drink and eat at the free buffet. Del Mundo Sports is located at Burke's Bar and Restaurant. Actually, the Dart League is located there, and that's at 645 Bronx River Road. That is in Yonkers. And if you're interested in joining, the phone number is 914-237-5137. The league registration starts June 25th at 3 p.m. and it's going to be running through Thursday, August 18th. And actually, it's going to keep going until November. So for further information, you can also email Del Mundo Sports at info@delmundosports.com. Next, check out international known folk artist Nia Román Hernández today at New York City's Chashama. Nia's one-woman show runs all this week, simply titled Goddess. The show exhibits multimedia art debuting a journey of culture, spirit, and mythology, celebrating the divine feminine. Experience the art goddess in you. It's actually going to be on display after today. The opening reception is from 6 to 9. That's today. Excuse me, not today. Yes, it is today. Excuse me. Today, June, I don't know where my head is, June 17th. And that is actually a Chashama event, and it's located at Chashama's, and it's located at 266 West 37th Street in Herald Square. And for more information about Mia Roman Hernandez, the artist, you can visit her website at www.artsbymia.com. And after Father's Day, rep your cookout in Pelham Bay Park. That's right, because this Sunday is Father's Day. And, well, you can enjoy some time with your loved ones and with your dad and or any fatherly figure in your life. Father's Day is a celebration honoring fathers and fatherhood, and it is always celebrated on the third of Sunday, as you know, it's this Sunday. And, check out Pelham Bay Park and go to www.pelhambay.com for more information on those Father Days celebrations. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. All right, that was your Open Weekend preview, everyone. And, there's a lot for you to go out there and do. And now we're going to share some information before we go to the break. We're going to take a look at some footage from last week's Van Cortlandt Riverdale Ramble, one of the oldest 10K races in the Bronx. Don't go anywhere.
1, 2, 3.
Fitness and health are very big here in the Bronx, and we visited the Van Cortlandt Track Club Riverdale Ramble and found out what runners around the Bronx are doing to stay fit. Runners hit the streets of the Bronx starting at Intech Academy, Middle School 368, and then up the hill into Riverdale to conquer the grueling 2011 Riverdale Ramble.
The Ramble is a challenging race, running through some of the toughest hills in Riverdale. And so this is more of a grueling type of event compared to some of the shorter, quicker races that we have at other points in the year.
Bronx legend and Tuskegee Airman Dr. Roscoe Brown, who is an avid runner, having completed the New York City Marathon 9 times, sent runners on their way.
Well, this running club, like a lot of the clubs, like the Bronx Community College 10K Run and many of the other races, help people to realize that exercise is important. The one thing we've done so that people don't get too tired, many of the races now are 5K, 5 miles, and we have a 2-mile walk too. So that gives people of all ages an opportunity to participate. And we have young people too, a lot of the kids run. So it's coming along. The Bronx is right up there.
The Ramble was fun for some and difficult for others.
I hate flats, so I'd rather do the Riverdale Ramble.
Oh, that's an understatement, yeah. It was one of the hilliest courses I've ever done. You almost feel like you're walking at one point. It's so tough.
It's all in the name for race organizers.
I call it the Ramble because it's so incredibly scenic. But in fact, it's a very tough race because of the hills. It's really relentless hills. And you only really understand that when you try to run up the hills.
You're right. Take a right.
Okay. Basically, I put myself in a lot of pain. It was worth it. It's a gorgeous course. And a lot of fun.
Runners of all levels completed the course, and race organizers want local Bronxites and others to continue to get fit and join the club for ongoing events.
What we really recommend is that runners come and meet members of the club. We meet 8 o'clock in the morning, which seems like an incredible hour, but really you get used to it. 8 o'clock on Saturday morning at the handball courts at Van Cortlandt Track. And we have a group run, and there are faster runners, slower runners, there are even walkers and beginning runners, and that's a great way to get to know the running world and what we do as Van Cortlandt Track Club as a group.
This is the 33rd year that the Riverdale Ramble has been held here in the Bronx. Runners came from all parts of the city to take part in this amazing race. This is Sylvia Anglin for BronxNet.
And welcome back to Open, or should I say welcome back to the studio. Rena Valentin here. Thank you, Sylvia Anglin, for that. And, remember, we are always interested in what you have to say as viewers. And so if you are watching us later in the show, you can send us an email to open@bronxnet.org. And, of course, if you're watching us online, you can, if you're watching us live, you can give us a call at 718-960-7241. Well, Open Fridays has been glamorized by one woman for years. For many, she's helped me with assorting my amazing looks, accentuating my face and, just basically complimenting the colors and and just the featuring my face along with whatever it is that I'm wearing, be it accessories and wardrobe. And so without further ado, we're going to introduce and welcome to the show once again my fabulous makeup artist, Miss Tina Crespo.
Thank you.
All right, so Tina is actually she's actually gonna show us some makeup tips, which she's done in the past. But today's makeup tip is actually gonna gear towards
the lips.
Lips.
Yes.
So we're doing lip tips today. Lip tips.
Okay.
All right. So
what I want to show you is how to keep your lipstick on all day. This is what I do all the time.
Okay.
So let me remove, because you couldn't go on with nothing. I won't have it.
Right.
All
She's
right.
removing my lips because she was not going to allow me to come on air with nothing. So we're starting from scratch.
Yes. So
this is a little trick. Go ahead.
Yes. What I like to do is put a powder base over the whole lip area. This gives me a nice base to have the lipstick attached to, as well as give me a smooth line. So now I have like a canvas, like when you do a painting that you paint over the canvas, everything is muted and one color. Now I take a lip pencil. This is Blue Michael Makeup, which is excellent. This is what I use for the show. And I line the whole lip area, the whole lip. Some people just do the outline, but then as you start drinking and eating, then you have that line around your mouth, which looks crazy. So I just line the whole mouth with the pencil. Everything gets color. Follow the natural line. At this point, you can also go over the line. If you want to make, some people have a top lip that's smaller than a bottom lip. You could even that out. You can go over the line and paint the lips you want. That's why we put that base, because now that you have that base, you can just go over and paint whatever lip line or fix imperfections, because some people's lips are uneven. This is when you get that nice line. Okay? So I did my lip pencil. Next step, you take the lipstick. Now this is Rena's lipstick, so I can go over it, but if I had a client, I would use a little lip brush or something. But we're going to go over the whole lip with the lip color. This is the lipstick. All right, as so. So that goes over the pencil. This was there, right? Make sure you get the inner corners of the lips. Okay, tell the person to go like this. Next, now this is a trick to set it. I have the person put a tissue paper over their mouth, and with my brush fully loaded with powder, it could even be baby powder, to tell you the truth. If you don't have setting powder, it could be baby powder.
Even though baby powder's white?
Doesn't matter, because it's translucent. It's not going to come on your skin in white. So I go over the lip area like this.
Okay, so we're blotting.
Hold down, and with my brush full of my powder, close your eyes, please. I go over. Now what this is doing is setting the lipstick with the powder, but I'm not actually putting powder on. It's going through the tissue. Now she has that base. That's not coming off. After I finish that, I take my lipstick and I go over one more time with the color. I would avoid lip gloss, because lip gloss tends to be very emollient and you'll get it all over the place. You have to make a choice whether you want your lipstick to stay on all day or you want a gloss. If you put gloss, you're going to have to be applying all night long. Okay? So, open your mouth, please. Make sure you get all the corners of your lips. Make sure the person exfoliates the lips. A good way to exfoliate your lips, this is a little extra tip. When you brush your teeth, put a little extra when you finish brushing your teeth, a little toothbrush with a little toothpaste and brush your lips. And that'll take out all that dead skin cell, and then you could put Vaseline at night and it'll stay nice and smooth in the morning. So that's it. You could blot one more time if you want. But that
This is a very interesting. Let's put it the other way. This is a very interesting concept. Just because basically this whole thing of blotting, instead of blotting, she's actually blotting and brushing at the same time, which is almost like a semi-permanent look. Like how long would the lipstick last doing this whole powder and all these different steps?
A good 5 hours.
A good 5 hours.
As long as you don't put the lip gloss. The lip gloss will take it to another level and just start taking everything off. But you have to make sure that a lot of people make a mistake that they take a really dark pencil and they line the lip with a dark pencil and fill it in with the light color. That's very 80s. We don't do that anymore.
Okay.
The color of, the color of the lip liner should match the lipstick.
Okay.
it should match the lipstick. It shouldn't be a different shade.
Right.
So go with, and the best thing to do is go nude. So if you're this skin complexion, I will go nude and then fill it in with my color.
Got it.
And do the whole lip. Don't just do around the perimeter of the lip. Do the whole lip.
With the pencil.
With a pencil.
Okay.
Right? This way, even if something does come off, you still have color there. You're not walking around with a big line around your lip. So pencil all over the lip, followed with a lipstick, tissue, powder, or even baby powder if you don't have. Again with the lipstick, and that's it.
And that's it.
That's it.
And you can use any makeup. However, we here at Open, my makeup is provided by Blue Michael Cosmetics, which is organic and earth-friendly makeup, which we, if you're interested in obtaining more information about Blue Michael Cosmetics, you can go to BlueMichaelCosmetics.com. And of course, we have the lovely Tina, who is always here with these innovative tips, because who would have known? All you had to do was blot it with powder. And, well, of course, everybody knows to blot, but to actually add the powder component is actually going to give it a longevity. Even if you drink like water and stuff like that.
But the thing is, never go like this. Now, if I take my powder here and I put it directly on the lips, now you've got powder on top of this. It gets all crusty and flaky.
So you definitely have to use the tissue.
The tissue, one-ply tissue over the lip. So this way it can transfer without putting the powder directly on the lips. You don't want that.
Beautiful. Thank you. Okay. All right. And of course, if anybody's interested in getting in contact with Tina, she's on Facebook, right? It's facebook.com/Tina Crespo.
Yes.
And of course, you can hit us up here on Open, because she's here with us every Friday. And we're happy to have you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, everybody. That was a cute little tip. We'll have some more throughout the summer. We love these cute little tips, and I hope you enjoy them as well. And of course, if you want to send us any information or you have any other additional questions, all you got to do is hit us up at open@bronxnet.org. All right, so this past Memorial Day, family and friends honored the Bronx Sergeant Jose M. Velez, and celebrating his life and service for this country. It's Sylvia Anglin, once again, and BronxNet cameras were there during his street naming ceremony. Let's take a look.
Sergeant Jose Velez, a longtime resident of the Jackson Houses, was honored this past Memorial Day weekend. His service and dedication to country will be forever memorialized at 156 and Cortlandt Avenue in the Bronx.
Street naming is one of the simplest ways that we can honor the dedication, devotion, and work that an individual does on behalf of his community. It's a small token of appreciation that as a city and as a borough, we can demonstrate to a family who gives the ultimate sacrifice.
Sergeant Velez died on June 9th in 2006 from injuries sustained when an IED detonated near his Humvee in Kirkuk, Iraq. He left behind family and friends that are still touched by his kindness.
Through a lot of stuff like paperwork and pushing people to understand how this meant for the community, that we need to do this for a special individual who has given so much. Just to know Velez, it's an honor. Just to know his personality is an incredible honor. I mean, this guy, he was all kind of guy. Like he said, if you was up in the morning and you was in Iraq and you was getting coffee, he would be there early in the morning to give you coffee. So he was the kind of guy that he was there before you to do what he had to do for everybody.
Sergeant Velez's children, Melody and Christopher, will always have memories of their father, but now they have a special location that they will share with the rest of the community. Velez's unit, who just returned stateside, was also in attendance. The members of the United States 773rd Transportation Unit out of Fort Totten will never forget their friend.
I can't possibly imagine the burden that you bared all these years. But I will tell you this, after that conversation starts, it's always about a smile, about a story about Jabba Joe, as we affectionately called him.
Remembering what Memorial Day is about, family and friends came together to honor the memory of a son, brother, father, and friend who is missed but not forgotten.
It means to honor our soldiers, honor our heroes. If you see a soldier on the street, tell them thank you. Say, thank you for your service, because without them, we won't be free.
Too often during Memorial Day, we forget about those who serve and protect our country. Today, here on 156 and Cortlandt Avenue, Sergeant Jose Velez is honored for his service and dedication to country. For BronxNet, this is Sylvia Anglin.
Welcome back to Open, or should I say welcome back to the studio. Rina Valentin here. Thank you once again, Sylvia Anglin. And our next guest is actually here to discuss City Limits, which is a non-profit news organization publishing civic news for people in New York City. It is the largest of the city's civic news sites, reaching nearly 500,000 readers each year. City Limits focuses on civic issues within all 5 boroughs, with a particular focus on poor and working class New Yorkers. And we are honored to have the director of this wonderful organization here with us. Please welcome to the studio, Mark Anthony Thomas. Hello.
Hello.
Now, before we came on air, you shared some interesting things about the City Limits magazine. Obviously, we have a hard copy, but with the topics at hand and your primary focuses, which please share with everybody what City Limits entails.
City Limits essentially takes media and uses it as a tool for social change. We provide a space for writers, photographers to tell a story about civic issues that they believe are important in New York City. And New York has a lot of things that we can talk about, and we have a lot of mainstream press, but we're pretty much the lead independent press that covers civic issues.
Right, and your approach is that of?
That we focus mainly on the working class and looking at all 5 boroughs. We mostly use freelance writers, but they essentially bring story ideas and concepts of things they want to write about. And they pitch that to our editors. And then we say, okay, this is what we believe people who are passionate about New York City would love to read about, want to share with their audiences, and use that as a tool to push for change on issues.
Right, and so this is all in a futuristic form, because obviously, you know, we have the hard copy magazine here, City Limits. However, it's the online that's getting you a lot of hits.
Yes.
Now, talk a little bit about online magazine.
Well, the great thing with online is that it is limitless in who it can reach. I mean, you can reach folks across the globe who are interested in New York City, but it enables people in a free access way to be informed on things that they find important.
Right, and what are these things that are important for, you know, a typical New Yorker?
Well, in New York, because the poverty rate is so high, people have very limited access to housing. Those are issues that they essentially want to read about. Also, what the city's doing to improve environmental issues, economic issues, all that stuff City Limits covers. Particularly in the Bronx, looking at a lot of the development that's happened over the last few years, people really are curious to say, okay, who's making the changes, who's really pushing for the issues we find important that we want to see happen in the Bronx. City Limits covers that as well.
So what has been your most, I guess, popular topic during your City Limits?
Surprisingly, environmental issues.
Environmental?
They tend to have a huge following, especially on social media. So when we write a story about, say, with the Bronx River or the Cross Bronx Expressway, then those stories actually get a lot of traffic. And coming from a place where environmental issues wasn't really a primary thing, it's interesting to see that in New York.
And why do you think that is? Why do you think that that's like the primary focus right now?
Well, I think because we live in such close quarters, and also there's been this national and global movement to really address the environment that we live in.
Yeah, and it's really great to know that there's a consciousness.
Yes.
There's a social consciousness. Now, what is it about your magazine that stands out from any other magazine? Not just the hard copy, the online, because again, you know, this is you're reaching, like, you're getting 500,000 hits a day.
Well, no, over the course of a year.
Oh, okay.
Now, I think
it's still a lot.
Yeah,
that's a nice number.
Well, from a starting point, it is. I mean, we have plans to really grow that into the millions. But I think what makes us great is that we bring people who really say, okay, I want to tell a story about something I see happening in my community. And people who are into media, who are into photography, we're all artists.
Right.
So we really want to use that tool to tell the story in a documentary type, investigative journalism form. And City Limits is that one place in New York where that happens.
Yeah, but you also mentioned something about using the artistry to tell these stories.
Yes.
So, like, it's going online, not only are you going to be informed and educated, you're actually going to go through a journey of an artistic story.
Yes.
Through photography and videography.
Mhm.
So share a little bit about that.
Well, it's like, I'll give one example. We actually covered the park system replacing a lot of the natural grass fields and some of the cement parking lots with turf. But just imagine like the visual effect that you can have of telling a story about park systems in New York. So you use photography, you use video, and you use it in a way that people really get a full picture of the story you're telling, and they feel connected to it, they remember it, it stays in their mind. And I think that's the power of media to really push forward change.
Yes. Now, how did you come about becoming the director of this, coming from a poetic background, a poetry background, a spoken word background?
Well, I actually started as a teenager as a poet, and in high school, that's when I got the bug to be a journalist at the same time. So I've always coexisted in those two worlds and realized that art is a tool for change. And to some extent, history remembers artists as people who really push forward how we think. So integrating that into media to me wasn't really a hard thing.
Beautiful. So what do you hope that people get to take with them going online to visit citylimits.com?
Well, definitely they should join our email list, follow us on Twitter and Facebook, and really keep track of some of the things that we believe are important. Because the things that we identify, that we write about, we really believe New Yorkers should know. And we've really put a lot of work to pull all the voices together to make sure they're well informed.
And lastly, before we go, I wanted to share some of the images that you said we had pertaining to like the Bronx in the 80s or something,
Yes.
you said?
Yes. We actually brought covers from, City Limits was founded in 1976. So we've covered the Bronx since then. Even actually in 1986, LL Cool J was on the cover talking about hip-hop being this underground thing that was creating this buzz in New York City that eventually resonated across the globe. So we've been covering those type of issues that people may believe are only important in the Bronx, that we believe are important across the country.
Do we have those images that we could show that he's referencing with the Bronx in the 80s? And, you know, look, well, we're looking at Hope or Hype in Harlem.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just going back to you, this being founded in 76, like, when did you get involved in City Limits? Because right now I'm sitting here looking at you, I was like, what were you, like 10 when you started this magazine?
Well, actually, I've only been on board since 2008.
Okay.
So we spent a good year strategizing. We spent another year relaunching, and now I really believe we're like fully operational and ready to tell people to jump on board with what we're doing.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
It's really important to definitely educate our locals about the local issues, and the fact that you're using a creative approach is, you know, we applaud you because we love that here.
Thank you.
Yes.
And I think it's also important for people to know their voices can be added to what we do. We have a whole section called City Conversations. People can provide comments and commentary on the stuff that we write. Also integrating the organizations that are on the ground. They can share their events, their job opportunities, all that kind of stuff. City Limits also provides a space for that.
Well, we really thank you for your efforts in making sure that everyone's informed. And also, he just indirectly said, hey, if you want to freelance write and freelance a photograph, you can actually go to citylimits.com, right?
Yes. So they can contact us or email us at citylimits@citylimits.org to find out more information
.org,
about.
not .com.
Yeah.
We have .com there. Okay, so it's .org.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sorry about that. And once again, City Limits News is actually a website. That's an online magazine.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way of the future, everyone. And obviously, you know, they're actually taking a creative approach on it through videography, photography, and just talking about all the topics and the issues that are affecting our city, whether it be, you know, having to do with the eco-friendly approach, as well as just parks and going green.
Yes.
Going green.
Yes.
Going green. And we thank Mark Anthony Thomas for coming by and for your efforts in making sure you're contributing to our society in such a progressive manner.
Thank you.
All right. So once again, people, if you're interested in checking them out, all you got to do is go to citylimits.org. And if you want to message Mark, if you're interested in freelancing with photography, videography, and or writing, all you got to do is send him an email to mark@citylimits.org. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Don't
No
go
problem.
anywhere. And you
Okay.
don't go anywhere, because next Bobby C is bringing you the top news in sports. We'll be right back.
The movement is alive and well.
Just like in the 60s, you had Black Panthers, then you had hip hop, and what happened? We're the sons of that. We're the sons of those sons. So what do we do? What they did in a different type of way, though. This is our rebellion.
From the Bronx opened its first pop-up shop at 155th and Cortlandt Avenue. Artists of all media converged on this shop.
Taking it to the streets, 100%, even with the flyer distribution, with face-to-face speaking with people, but our 85,000 plus Facebook fan page has really done the most of the work for us.
This 4-day event is part of a bigger movement chronicling art, music, and dance in the borough. This local beer company joined in on the action.
But it was a great idea to start a beer company named after the guy that the Bronx is named after and give the Sam Adams in Boston some competition.
Stefan Ines, the founder of Fashion Molda, a world-recognized innovative art space, helped link the past to the present using the mixed art form, naming the legends that made events like this possible.
We did mostly art, but also some science, and we involved hip-hop, and we involved downtown people. Keith Haring and Jenny Holzer with Lady Pink, Crash Days.
Also in attendance was famed photographer David Gonzalez.
I like going to Mott Haven. I like Hunts Point. There's a lot of stuff there I like photographing. I love the light down there. It's beautiful light. I love it all. What's not to love in this borough?
Event organizers want the world to know that there is more to the Bronx than the zoo or Yankee Stadium. The pop-up shop is part of a larger movement of community awareness.
Connecting with the community and showing them that they have a lot to be proud about.
Felicia Reyes, the graphic artist specialist on this team, contributed to the group effort by designing the one-of-a-kind storefront for the pop-up shop.
A lot of the artwork that's on the window now, some of it is taken from our t-shirt line, and it's all original designs by us.
This pop-up shop collaboration is just the beginning for the Ramirez brothers, Felicia, John, and Mainland Media.
Show up, meet us, hang out with us, and help us celebrate our borough.
Check out the other shops popping up in a borough near you. For BronxNet, this is Sylvia Anglin.
Hey there, sports fans. This is Bobby C at Yankee Stadium. Derek Jeter's quest for 3,000 has now stalled thanks to a calf injury. He's on the 15-day disabled list. He must not have liked my prediction of Chicago on Father's Day all too much. And for that matter, Ruler on Ice didn't seem to like my prediction in the Belmont Stakes. Let's see what happened at the Belmont last week. Muddy track couldn't slow Ruler on Ice, who pulled a shocking upset in Saturday's 143rd running of the Belmont Stakes. Unfazed by the field of 12, which included favorites Animal Kingdom and Shackleford, not to mention the slippery conditions, Ruler on Ice skated past Preakness winner Shackleford in the straight and later edged Stay Thirsty in the 1.5-mile marathon.
Unbelievable. The 16th ball, I thought, wow, the true Tesla champions, and I want to win my Belmont Stakes here. I mean, it's just a great feeling. Nothing like it.
The 24-1 long shot stole the show as the much-hyped showdown between Kentucky Derby winner Animal Kingdom and Shackleford never materialized.
They did exactly what we asked, went right pretty close for the lead, and stayed with it the whole time, and he showed. As usual, you could see at the end of the race, he didn't want to come in. He wanted to go do another victory lap.
Ruler on Ice's victory makes it 3 years in a row that a different horse has won each of the Triple Crown races. Ruler didn't run in the first 2 legs of the Triple Crown, including the Derby, because he didn't have enough graded stakes earnings to qualify.
It was amazing because we really were the underdog, and I think I couldn't have dreamt it any better. But here we are.
Close call for me with Stay Thirsty. Second place isn't all that bad, though. It was a pretty close call for me in the prediction department regarding El Capitan 2. Derek is now 6 hits shy of the magical 3,000 hit mark. Jeter injured his calf in Monday night's action against Cleveland. Against his wishes, Jeter landed on the disabled list and is now in Tampa rehabbing. Let's go inside the locker room for more on the captain with the newest Yankee, Chris Dickerson.
You really just can't say enough about the guy, but as a new guy, he's always just been so cordial and so friendly and so inviting since I've been here, and I think it just speaks volumes about the guy.
For you, you're playing very well right now. What's it like to be here with the Yankees and to be contributing and to be part of this quest for 3,000 too?
It's awesome. That's why I had a little freak out the other day. I mean, not only getting sent down for less than 24 hours, but when I really thought about it, I'm like, I'm gonna miss Jeet's 3000. But when you get to to see a very rare occasion like that, it's truly special, and to have this anticipation of this event is very, very exciting.
While Jeter should return in late June and could possibly reach 3,000 hits against the Mets at Citi Field in early July, or even in Cleveland right around Independence Day, reliever Rafael Soriano remains sidelined. He has been transferred to the 60-day DL. Sorry, Yankee fans, he won't be back anytime soon. The NBA will likely take a hiatus with an impending labor strife on the horizon, but before they do, they gave us a memorable finals. The Dallas Mavericks closed out the series Sunday night in Miami. Dirk Nowitzki, not LeBron James, was the king when it was all said and done. Dirk was named Finals MVP. As for the king of the NHL ice, how about them Vancouver Canucks? Another prediction that went wrong. The Boston Bruins won Game 7 4-0, ending a 39-year drought in the Stanley Cup Finals. Talk about putting your money where your mouth is. David Einhorn is paying $200 million for a minority stake of the New York Mets. He could gain control of the team for $1. You heard me, a crisp single. If the Wilpon family does not pay back Einhorn's $200 million investment in the next 3 years, the hedge fund manager can obtain 60% stake for an additional $1. Forbes reported that this week. The Wilpons probably want to shoot themselves. Speaking of a guy that shot himself, Plaxico Burress made a major announcement this week. He's now the new face of an anti-gun violence campaign. Here's the former Super Bowl hero.
I want to thank Mr. Morial for allowing me to work with the National Urban League, to assist him with the Youth Empowerment Program and the After School Program for the National Urban League, and to just get out and to let our youth understand, how important education is, that it can take you just as far as you want to go, literally and physically, and to just be a voice, to get out and serve a greater purpose.
With the NFL lockout still continuing to roll on, curious as to what maybe the New York Giants might be doing? How about coming out to a baseball game? Let's see what Chris Snee had to say. You're a big-time Yankee fan. What does it mean for you to come out here to the Bronx and see another ball game tonight?
I love it. I take every opportunity I can, and tonight my son is over there. He's the honorary bat boy for tonight, so we got to come out for batting practice and get his ball signed, and he's having a good time, but I'm just like him. I'm like a big kid right now.
I think a lot of Yankee fans in the Bronx right now are disappointed because of Derek Jeter's injury and the fact that the quest for 3,000 is stalled. If you had to put your finger on it and come up with a prediction, when do you think he'll get number 3,000?
Hopefully you just have to hope that he comes back quickly. Hopefully the injury doesn't keep him out too long, and I'm sure it won't take him too long. It just depends on when he comes back.
He's going to come back in late June. There's a chance that he'll have 2 games here at home and then the 3-game series at Citi Field, so he actually might get it playing against the Mets.
Yeah, I'm sure he would love to do it here, and I'm sure the fans would love it. When it all comes down to it, he's about wins and losses, and I think that's just most important.
If you weren't going to be playing pro football, would you love to be playing pro baseball?
I would. It's funny. My son actually said, "Dad, when you retire from football, can you play for the Yankees?" It's that easy, I guess.
Out here tonight as well with Tom Coughlin. I know he's a big baseball fan as well. What's the best part of the atmosphere of coming out to Yankee Stadium?
I think it's just walking in and seeing Babe Ruth, like the history. I'm a big history guy of all sports, but I've always loved the Yankees since I was a little kid, and that'll continue. And it's nice to see now my kids share that same passion.
Now, a final question, if you could give us a little bit of an update. I know the NFL lockout continues to move on, and the Giants have been conducting some of their own practices. Right. What are you doing right now to try and stay in shape and hoping that the NFL season will come back soon?
I just work out. It's nothing really you can do. You just prepare your body as if you were starting on time whenever training camp would be. I think July 27th is when we start, and just have that as the goal. Have your body ready for that date.
You optimistic that the season will return?
That's all you can do. Yeah, I am. I'm confident that we'll get it done. I hear a lot of good things. I'm not in the meetings, but I hear good things, and hopefully, by the end of the month or whatever, we have something done.
We're definitely looking forward to seeing the Giants back on the field. Thank you for joining us. On this day in 1961, June 17th, in fact, the Bronx Bombers' ninth-inning rally fell just short in a 12-10 defeat, but Roger Maris and Mickey Mantle each homered. The Mick hit his 20th. Maris made it number 23. What do you think, Curtis?
I don't really have anything to say about it. I don't think about it any way like that. I don't think Tex thinks about it anyway that way. If anything, it's just a coincidence that the timing happens to be this way, and they happen to be showing stuff on the scoreboard throughout the course of the games.
Coincidence, Curtis? I think not. The duo now has a major league leading 21 dingers apiece. What do you think, Tex?
Me and Curtis are having fun. I told him I wasn't much protection today. He got hit once, he got walked. So I'm just trying to give him a little protection back there.
50 years ago, the M&M boys chased the Babe. 70 years ago, Joe DiMaggio was in the midst of collecting a hit every day for 2 months. On this day in 1941, Joe D's streak reached 30, thanks to an official scorer's decision. Dan Daniel credited DiMaggio with a hit on a ground ball to short that bounced up and hit Chicago's Luke Appling on the shoulder. A month from now, July 17, 1941, the streak would come to an end. On a final sports roundup note, the Yankees will be in Chicago this weekend. The Mets return home from their lengthy road trip to host the LA Angels. Those are the headlines. Let's hit the sports corner and catch up with one of your favorite Bronx Bombers. Joined now in the sports corner by Yankee fan favorite Nick Swisher. Our first question to you today would be, what is the best part of playing here in the Bronx?
I don't have enough time to explain all the good things, man. It's been a blessing for me coming over here, man, and just enjoying it day in and day out.
Special time of year for the Yankees with Derek Jeter and his quest for 3,000. Right now it's a bit stalled. If you had to come up with a prediction, when do you think he gets 3,000?
I have no idea, man. That's y'all's job, not mine. No, it's inevitable he's going to get there. And I know he's got a lot more in the tank. I know 3,000 ain't his stopping point. So, either way, man, he's been such a great individual for the city, for the game of baseball, for the Yankees in general. Proud to be able to call him my teammate.
This place filled with history. 70 years ago, Joe DiMaggio, 56-game hitting streak. 50 years ago, 1961, Roger Maris and Mickey Mantle, 61 home runs for Maris. Which one do you think is a bigger record?
Oh, the 56, bro. That'll never be broke, ever. These guys are way too good, man. Way too good. Got way too many, weapons in the bullpen. Lefty on lefty specialist, righty on righty specialist. Might not be a situation where you see one guy through the entire game. You might see 4 or 5 guys. You never know. So, either way, man, I think that's definitely a record. Cal Ripken's another record that I think will never be broken. 61 home runs nowadays, man, might be a little tough. So, either way, we got a couple guys right now trying to line up and do that, and wish them the best of luck.
And then final question, if you had to play in any other place but the Bronx.
Nowhere, dude. I don't want to play anywhere else. No way.
Well, just like Nick Swisher, there's no other place that we'd like to be but right here in the Bronx. That's your sports. I'm Bobby C. Back to you, Rena, in the studio.
And thank you, Bobby. We are actually already set because the lights are beaming and the stage is warmed up because it is now time for our Open Artist Spotlight.
The Open Artist Spotlight is made possible in part with public funds from the Bronx Council on the Arts through the New York State Council on the Arts Decentralization Program.
And Bobby, a.k.a. Blast, is a young, aspiring hip-hop artist from Brooklyn. And, he's here to perform today, now a sophomore in college. He's been writing his own music since the age of 12 and blasting his talent for the past 4 years. Please, without further ado, let's give a nice, warm welcome for Blast!
I've been waiting to perform this song for a long time, especially with everything that's going on in my life now. Listen up, raise this louder, silence your surroundings. I know y'all hear the truth, I spit and feel the knowledge pounding. Speak for the ones that got a voice, but they don't like to talk. The strongest people in this world are those who can't walk, and those who can't speak. All they see what we do, we often ignore their presence, almost as if they see through. They hear and see things that we never will. Endure the suffering, we act like we can never fail. I often question why I'm here and what the purpose is. Live for the answer, don't waste my time on the worthless. With that said, I thank you, Lord, for leaving Mamie with me. A casualty helped me appreciate my life more. I speak but no one hears me, what you think I'm writing for? I've used it different on everything that we might adore. Surround myself with family and nothing less than stars. Loaf always told me it pays off when you're working hard. Story to all, a lot of people gon' doubt you. hey girl, I'm loving your style, so what you say girl, to a night when we come out and have some fun, You say you don't drink, but can you have just one, tiny little shot and maybe we could dance, By the way it's looking, you gon' leave your man, oh we can do what I can, you don't need him anyway, do better than him any day, you got me talking drunk, I love you, what the Henny say, nails done, hair done, everything dead, vanilla skin tone plus them heart-shaped lips. Damn, you so beautiful. OMG, you so fine. Girl, you make me lose my mind every time I see you on that wine. And I'm trying to make you mine, girl, but I ain't trying to cross the line, girl. I could blame it on the alcohol, but see, that's no excuse. The more I sip, the more I slip it. My words keep on slipping through. Yeah, you picture perfect and you know it. That's what makes it better. Wondering how many shots you gotta take for me to get her. See, I cannot take advantage, girl, I promise you. You say you like my dimples and the fact that I'm so honest too. Picture, that's what I was told. Intellectual convos with you was so phenomenal. Roll with me, I got dollars, girl, but for you I could change. The height advantage that I got to you is somewhat strange, and I wanna get to know you, so let's start off with your name. Hey girl, I'm loving your style, so what you say girl, to a night when we come out and have some fun, You say you don't drink, but can you have just one, tiny little shot and maybe we can dance, By the way it's looking, you gon' leave your man, no we can't do what I can, we don't need him anyway, do better than him any day, looking at you talking drunk, I love you's what the Henny say.
Give it up for Blast. You have to talk into your mic, sweetheart. So, Blast,
Yes.
Do you write your own music?
Yes, I write my own music.
You write your own music? So, here's a question. Were we going to have a taste of another piece of yours?
Actually, yes, the first song
right
was originally, but, you know.
Okay, so you want to redo the first one?
Actually, I would like to do the first song on the CD.
Okay.
It's Break Even.
Okay.
So, if you guys could put
We
that
have some
on,
time, I
that would
think,
be
so for him
perfect.
to actually do the first song on the CD.
Mic check.
What's the name of it again?
Break Even.
Okay, so you know what? Blast wants to sing another song, and I'm down with it. If you guys are down with it, yeah?
Can I do that?
All right, so cool. Give it up for Blast, first CD director. Woo!
Son. Next one. Yeah. Next one, please. Yeah. I said when the heartbreak is like 4 + 5. We had 9 tries, girl, you told me 9 lies. We enjoyed 9 lives, now we headed 9-5. Who would've guessed our book would've had ended incomplete? Pen filled with ink and I'm writing on all burned sheets. Can't live without my other half, a heart it hurts me. And every time I think about us, girl, I gotta shake it off. Memories floating all through my screen, I gotta take them off. Are you my first stuff I ever loved? That's what I fear. Maybe one day this'll all be clear. Just the thought alone, knowing you ain't coming home, it killed me deep inside. I miss hearing you on the phone. You see my heart hurt due to this departure. Thirsty for your love and I'm only getting parcher. My friends tell me that others, but see they're not her. To me they're at the bottom, they can and will never top her. Hyperventilating off the situation, tell me why we contemplating. Baby, it's a yes or no to let me go. If you can or can't, girl, you gotta let me know. Cause to me, all your great times were my hated ones, and the best times between us were all the dated ones. It's like they no longer exist, they're the faded ones. And that's the reason, baby, why I'm still grieving. That'll be all. Thank you, I appreciate you guys having me.
All right. Wait, now we got to talk a little bit about those lyrics because they're profound. Like, share a little bit about it. You have to talk into the mic in order for everybody else to hear you. So that's the reason why I'm breathing.
Yeah, I mean, like, basically, you know, that song was written for someone, obviously one of my ex-girlfriends and everything. And, I mean, as you can hear, you say, it says, when a heart break, it don't break even. So
Right.
that's the reason I'm still grieving, because don't break even. You know, you live and you get to go about your business and enjoy yourself while I'm still dealing with the pain type, you know? You get me?
Right.
That's basically what that line meant. And
your music is not straight up like hip hop, even though you're kind of like rapping style.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you consider your genre?
I mean, it's actually like a little bit of everything, you know, because I like all types of music. You know, I'm versatile. I'm a versatile artist. So seeing as how I listen to all types of music. I try to incorporate that within my lyrics and within my music, and you know, within my circle and people that I'm around. And I'm interested in going out to shows and going out to other places and enjoying their music, so that way I could take that and let that reflect back on how I write, and et cetera, et cetera.
So the music that we were just listening to, that's an actual full CD. Like, where can people get that?
I mean, you could check the YouTube link out. It's youtube.com/BreadBoysEnt, BreadBoyzEnt. Just type that into the search engine, and you're going to see the video. It should be the third video. And also, you could check it out on TwitTrax, TWITTRAX.com. Also, you can follow me on Facebook, Astro Bread Boy. You can follow me on Twitter, Astro Bread Boy, same thing with the one, BO1. And that's where you can find all my music at right now.
All right, so where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Actually, truthfully, I don't like to speak about the future, but you know,
Go for it.
It's looking pretty promising at this point in time.
Yeah, well, you know, that was some wonderful stuff you just shared with us. So where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Somewhere on the stage performing, truthfully, honestly.
Nice.
My goal actually in the next 2 years is to be somewhere along the BET line and, you know, performance for that type of audience.
Now, what do you pay attention to the most in your message, in your writing? Because your writing was clean, you know, and so I get that you are like trying to send a message. So what is it that you want people to take with them?
Simply relations. You know, like I want people to relate to my music. I like when people could say, I feel you. I can relate to that. So when somebody can say that, that means I'm doing my job. That means I'm doing what I need to do. And not only that, it's personal. You get me? So if it's personal, I want people to understand what I'm going through as well. So that's basically the main topic and main thought that's on my mind every time I'm writing a song.
Beautiful. And thank you for sharing it with us. All right, everybody. If you want to hear more from Blast, all you got to do is visit him online by going to www.icotl.com/breadboys, or you can email him at bcruz792@gmail.com.
Correct.
And like he said, you can follow him on Twitter and Facebook and all that other good stuff. And, well, you know, unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today's show. However, I wanted to just share something that we came across. No, I don't need that. I have this one. You know, we had an article in the New York Post, and I just wanted everyone to just enlighten themselves. And when you get a chance, you know, just go online and check out the New York Post, because there's actually an article on this woman who is actually the person that discovered Father's Day. Her name is Sonora Smart Dodd, and just a little fact for everyone out there, she actually, the idea for a special Father's Day came up around the turn of the 20th century, and it came after a campaign for Mother's Day that she began in Mother's Day. Yes, she Sonora Smart Dodd, actually, she's from Washington, and she got the idea from listening to a church service, about Mother's Day. And her father, who she wanted to honor, was a Civil War veteran who had raised, Sonora and her 5 siblings, along with her 5 siblings after her mother died and during childbirth. So from that day on, the Father's Day was actually created. And again, if you want to read the full article that I'm referencing, it's in the New York Post, and it's called Classroom Extra. And I thought that was something very interesting to share with you all. So look it up online. And, you know, as always, I hate when we run out of time, but that is all the time we have for today's show. We'd like to thank all of our guests. Mark Anthony Thomas, Bobby C, Bobby a.k.a. Blast, Tina Crespo for doing that lip tip, our crew of today's show, and of course, we'd like to thank all of you for watching and tuning in at home and on the internet. And of course, if you missed the live taping. You can view us on the Recablecast tonight at 5 p.m. and 10 p.m. and throughout the entire weekend. As always, you can view us fully on the web 24/7 by going to www.bronxnet.org. I'm Rina Valentin, and as always, from all of us here at Open, may the universe provide peace, prosperity, and love. Have a great weekend, everyone, and happy Father's Day to you all. Enjoy. Mwah. Adios. Hi, Mama.
These things we count on every day started as ideas. Ideas from the minds of African Americans. Support minority education today so we don't miss out on the next big idea tomorrow. The United Negro College Fund. A mind is a terrible thing to waste.
Hey, how's it going?
Sir, are you okay?
What? Oh, this? It's probably nothing. I'm sure it'll go away.
Go away? But sir, that can't be good.
No, it's cool. Really.
Do you want a napkin or something?
Everything's fine. Thanks.
You wouldn't ignore this. So why ignore the signs of a stroke? At the first warning signs, call 911 immediately. Because time lost is brain lost.
Hi, I'm Sean Johnson of the 2008 U.S. Gymnastics team. I'm here with our friends from VeggieTales to say, be a player, get up and play an hour a day.
Besides gymnastics, how do you stay in great shape, Sean?
I love to dance and rollerblade.
Cool.
You don't have to be an Olympian to be a player. Just do the things you already love to do, like jump rope, ride a bike, or even play freeze tag.
Now that's something to flip for.
Well done! For fun ways to get healthy, visit www.smallstep.gov.
Low-fat cheese sandwiches on whole wheat bread. Chewy and good for you. Snacks high in calcium help build strong bones, and foods rich in fiber are good for your heart. So you have the power to dominate. Can your food do that? Run, throw, think, eat better. Find out more at smallstep.gov.
You know, when I was younger, man, my brother was the one who really took care of me, man.
Is that right?
Hey, he'd wake me up in the morning, get me ready for school, take a shower, make me some breakfast.
Where your brother at now?
Oh, he know. Iraq. I get lonely, nobody to talk to. Felt like quitting school. He looked at my dad in my eye, he told me, if not for me, do it for him.
Give Josh and our class of 08 the boost they need to graduate. Join us at boostup.org.
My name's Brandon. 9 years old, being alcoholic.
Hi, Brandon.
I'll start drinking with the older kids. And whatever they do, I'll do.
Kids who drink before age 15 are 5 times more likely to have alcohol problems when they're adults. So start talking before they start drinking.
I know it'll start with alcohol. I'm just not sure how it's gonna end.
How you doing? I just want regular, no sugar today.
You got it.
Thanks. Hello.
Hi.
Did you eat that whole thing today?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's...
Hi, how you doing?
She's getting big, huh?
Good. Yeah, she is big. Let's get your haircut.
Yeah.
Yeah, looks cute. Come on, let's go. Nice to see you. Thanks a lot.
If only child abuse were this easy to recognize. If you even suspect abuse, call 1-800-4-A-CHILD. All calls are anonymous and confidential. Trust your instincts.
Megan, you're a tramp. Ryan Fitch told me you guys made out. Everybody knows. He says you're the most desperate girl he knows, besides your mom. How many boyfriends does she have anyway?